how to apply color onto that surface or a texture onto that surface as well. Here within KeyShot we have our base model, and here we have some textures. Now these are textures that I downloaded from texture.com, and I've resaved them as a PNG because GrabCAD Print doesn't read the default TIFF files. And here we can see this is the height map, so the white areas represent high points and the black areas represent low points. And then we also have a color map. So this is representing some coral. I've gone off and tweaked these colors slightly from the original just to my liking. And we can simply drag and click this model on and select this map to be a bump or the height, and I can bring in my color texture and select that as color. Now the mapping here isn't really what I'm looking for, so we can go into Materials Graph, and that is going to open up here the window where we can a bit more easily adjust the settings. Let's go to Scene Units and crank down some of these settings. Okay, that's a nice dispersion, and if I go, you'll notice that both textures, the units have been updated. So we've got here 104 for the texture map, and if I double for the bump map, and if I double click on the other map as well, they're linked together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to go in here and blend the seams of the texture. I'm going to change the mapping type before I do that. Let's go for triplanar, and let's blend the seams. Let's put in 20, and we'll adjust that scaling somewhat as well. Okay. Now we can also move the position of the texture as well. To try and find a better alignment between the elements. So it can be difficult to get a perfect alignment across the board, but we can play around with it, and that's not bad. So I'm going to say I'm happy with that for the sake of this demonstration. Now we have two options. We have here my bump, and we can change, say, the bump height. Let's go for 3 millimeters. And then we can see that this bump has been simulated. I can go off and export that. So this could be displaced, and I could bring this into GrabCAD, and within GrabCAD apply or have GrabCAD apply the displacement directly before printing, and then that keeps my file size small. Additionally, I could apply the displacement here within KeyShot. I would then have to export the displaced model geometry only, then re-import it back into KeyShot and apply the color texture. Currently you can't do both on the same export. So here what I need to do to carry out the displacement here is to go to Geometry, select the Displace node, and then bring this into the Displace, bring that into Geometry. Now I can double click on the displacement, and let's change this to that 3 millimeters height, and we'll adjust our triangle size, and we'll go hit Geometry nodes. Okay, maybe let's bring this down a little bit. Go and update the geometry nodes. Okay, so that's looking good, and we can go off and export this geometry. Now we bring back in our displaced geometry. Okay, and we can apply our material back onto it. So let's go to textures, let's go to triplanar, we'll bring that here into color. Let's go off and select that material. Okay, we had 20 for blended seams, and we had 100 for that. Okay, and there we go. We can see that we have the texture and the bump lining up. We've got a few gaps in this model which we could either have fixed in a third-party software, or we can leave for GrabCAD Print to take care of. Or we can leave for GrabCAD Print to take care of.